Now, for the young girls out there, it is wise that you go to school. Because when you go to school, you'll be educated, you will be well informed, and when you acquire knowledge, you'll be outstanding tomorrow. But listen, you need to be patient. Most people don't like exercising patience. They want to have it at the same time. You need to exercise patience, pass through a process or a system, get yourself equipped, go to school and learn, and at the fullness of time, you will be established. And so my word for the Nigerian women, especially the Niger Delta women and girls, is that there is hope for you. If you will put your trust in God and then develop yourself, it tells me that your future is bright and you will have a fulfilled future. Thank you very much.
That is interesting. All right. But let me take you on this. Some of the young Niger Delta ladies, I have traveled to some part of the world and I meet a lot of Niger Delta girls. If you go to Italy, if you go to Spain, if you go to most European countries, you meet a lot of Niger Delta young girls. And they tell you, well, we have decided to take prostitution as a job because there is no job in Nigeria. And we've tried, we've gone to school, but we can't find a good job. So this is like an alternative. And this one is even paying us more than any, salary from white collar job. And sometimes they tell you there is no hope outside of this kind of job, this kind of sex workers, and you are asking our young girls to go to school, and those that have gone to school, they seem not to find their feet. So how do you handle that? How do you explain that?
Thank you, sir. I just said that it's not just depending on the white collar job. They could develop themselves outside what they have learned in school. They could acquire some skills. When they acquire a skill, it will help them becoming entrepreneurs, establishing their own business, maybe their own companies, and they can now employ others. They say there's dignity in labor. Most people don't like exercising patience. Young girls, they want to have it at once. They want to follow shortcuts, but life is not that way. If they will be patient and decide to acquire a skill, develop themselves, because every human being that is born of God have great potentials. If they will just be calm and develop the potentials in them, I think they will make it in life.
What is potential?
Potential is the ability that God have embedded in man that will make the person become profitable in life, make the person become fulfilled. That is potential.
And you think every lady have potential?
Great potential is embedded in every lady. It's just for you to discover.
Now, how do I discover my potential?
Now, you discover your potential by trying to know the things you do that give you pleasure. There are things you do, you find pleasure in doing them, you find joy in doing them, and you do them well.
This is interesting. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you are listening to Pastor Grace Ebere. When we come back, she will tell us more about the Christian dressing. How should a Niger Delta girl appear on the street? Don't go anywhere. We will be right back. Glory be to God. Glory be to God. It's good to have you back. Well, my name is Bishop Dr. Samuel Richards. I'm the President, Ministers and Ambassadors for Peace in Niger Delta. And right here today in the studio is Pastor Grace Ebere, who is a great woman of God, a teacher of the word, and a prophetess, a woman that can prophesy and God bring it to pass. What a privilege to have here today in the studio. You're welcome back, my mom. Now, let's talk about the attire. It is what the Bible called the attire of a harlot. And there is, of course, let me just say this. If you see someone on a cleric tie, you say he's a pastor, right?
Yeah.
Or he's a reverend. If you see somebody on wig and gown, you say he's what? he is a lawyer, a barrister. You see someone with a coverall and they say he's what? A mechanic. All right, or an engineer. You see someone with tester and screwdriver, they say, oh, he's electrical engineer. Now, when you see a lady, let me put it this way, what kind of attire does the Bible describe as the attire of a harlot? Because a lot of young Niger Delta girls seem not to have respect for their body and what they wear. And to some people it's accepted, it's okay. To some it's not okay. You are a great woman, a holiness preacher, and yet you are a woman who believes in the modern days reality. So what kind of attire do you think the Niger Delta girl should put on to represent this region globally?
Thank you, sir. Okay, the Bible talks about modesty. I believe every young girl should be modest in your dressing. I didn't say you should dress shabbily, no. God demands that we clean up ourselves. But don't be provocative in your dressing. There are some parts that are called, inner parts that should not be exposed. When a young girl exposes her bust, it's provocative. This body, though it is yours, but does not belong to you. It is the temple of God. And the Holy Ghost dwells in this temple. So you don't need to, keep this body anyhow. Don't wear things that will expose your private parts. Cover up yourself. Don't show off things that will, when people see you, they will be attracted to you easily. I use that word, provocative. Any dressing or attire that you put on that is provocative is not godly. In fact, it's not a decent one. Let's leave the Bible, put the Bible aside. It is not a decent dressing when you expose your body parts. No.